Hello, friends. We are in Belleville, Ontario. I'm here with my boyfriend. He's on a work trip. He's an industrial electrician and is doing some help on a Kellogg's plant here. So I thought it'd be fun to come with him since I'm not really getting up too much this week. And I thought it would be super fun if we could go thrifting together to check out the local finds. Now, I originally thought that there was only a Salvation Army thrift store, but yesterday on our way home from dinner, I saw they had a Mission Thrift. And if you know me, I love Mission Thrift back in my city, Hamilton. It is my favorite thing ever. So I thought we'd go check out Mission Thrift today, as well as Salvation Army, and then see if we can find any other thrift stores. I know small town cities, the thrifting can kind of not be the greatest, but Mission Thrift looked very big. So I'm kind of hopeful that we see some cool finds today. We just arrived at Mission Thrift. It is bopping in here. The parking lot is completely packed. You can't really see the lines because there's a lot of snow on the ground. So I just parked randomly beside someone, and let's hope that's okay. I'm really excited because it looks like a big store and seems like the place to be. Maybe there's I don't know. I was gonna say maybe a big sale, but their stores don't really, I guess they do discounts. I don't know. Anyways, let's go see what we can find.
First impressions of this Mission Thrift is that it was so big and it also was laid out very differently. They had all these knickknack shelves everywhere for the decor, which was actually really fun to look at because I felt like they were like different theme shelves together. I also absolutely love these champagne glasses. Like the tint of them was gorgeous and it felt so fancy and elegant in my opinion. There was a lot of crystal in the store. Like I actually couldn't get over how much crystal there was. And I also saw quite a few pottery pieces, which has been a big thing on my list to look for. Sadly, this was a milk and creamer set, and I did not need another milk and creamer set because I already don't even use the one that I own. But I did see really beautiful vases here. Again, I don't really have a lot of need for vases, but they're so much fun to look at anyways. I did really like these diner set vibe of mugs, but I don't really need all of them. Honestly, I think that's the most fun thing about thrifting is that you see so many cool things, but it's not necessarily things that you need, but they're so fun to look at. Like for example, these kind of spice jars, I didn't know if it was meant for like a liquid or a powdered spice, but like how can you tell me they're not the cutest thing you've ever seen? And of course, the cups. These are my absolute favorite thing I have thrifted in a long time. They are so whimsy, very core. It makes me feel like I'm in Greece. I don't know. I was obsessed with them. I kid you not. And this beautiful lampshade, the green was gorgeous. I did contemplate getting it. However, I only need a very tiny lamp and that would be way too big. Assist also donated so many gorgeous pink crystals. Imagine having like a girl party, dinner party with all these pink glasswares. Honestly, I thought it was so cute. Their clothing section was a little small, but there were some cute finds in there, like this 100% lamb's wool sweater, which I thought was really pretty. They have like a big sales rack in there that I looked at, and this was a really pretty candle holder. It was kind of in the shape of a flower. Also, Tim Allen, Santa Claus, anybody? That literally looks like the hot cocoa cup that he gets served with in the first movie, which, if you couldn't tell, I'm absolutely obsessed with that movie. Also, the amount of vintage stuff in here was crazy. Like all these old books, the record player, Wizard of Oz, Robin Hood. I don't know who was donating, but they had a pretty cool collection. I did see in the game area this game called like Chicken Soup for the Soul. I looked it up on the back and it was literally questions like, what's your favorite thing to cook or your favorite thing to eat? And honestly, I hardcore contemplating getting it because my entire personality is either food or thrifting, but I don't think I could convince my boyfriend to play that with me because I will talk about food freely all the time. I did see some cool books though, like cross stitching books and Zellers. Does anyone remember Zellers? Because that's where that black knit was, and I really wanted it just for that pure reason that it is a relic. However, I did pass it up. I absolutely love like the purple and blue vibe of this sweater, but it didn't lay the way I wanted it to. And same with this lambswool one. Like I envision it as big and chunky and oversized.
We're done in Mission Thrift. I was in there for about an hour. I have to say, for this being a small town, obviously there are smaller towns, but this is considerably small compared to the city that I live in. They had really nice things. Like crazy nice things. They had beautiful china in there. They had beautiful crystal. There was like this beautiful like pot and mugs for like tea that was like handmade in Japan, and I wanted a mug so badly, but it was sold as a set, which I totally understand. I do like things kept together. I wish more thrift stores would do that, like forcing them to stay as a set, but it was so nice. Even like the books in there. They had beautiful old books. I already have a full bookshelf in Josh and I's room of like old books for decor, so I didn't need any more, but they were gorgeous. And they also had really nice clothes. Like I was about to get a sweater that was 100% it's called like virgin wool, so it's supposed to be very softer than normal wool, but I wasn't picturing it to be like when you put it on a little bit oversized, kind of like my knit that I wore out for dinner last night, which that knit is like super old. It's my dad's actually. I'm pretty sure my Nana made it too. So I was picturing it kind of that vibe, but when I tried it on, it was actually tight. And I was like, for a large and a men's, that was kind of weird. And then I did find a gorgeous cardigan that was blue, but it had like purple cuffs on it. Loved it, but it just like didn't fit right. And I'm like, I want to make sure if I'm buying clothes that I really love it, because otherwise I just won't wear it that much. I did get 3 things, I guess technically 2, because one's a set, so I will show you guys that. So the first is not for me, it's actually for Josh's mom. She only cross stitches all day every day, essentially. She's a stay-at-home mom, which, can you say that if your kids are like grown and moved out? I guess, I don't know, stay-at-home wife. But it's a cross stitch book based on like different colors, and there's like beautiful flower patterns in here and beautiful alphabet and fruit patterns. Like, it's just gorgeous. So I thought it'd be great because cross stitch patterns are so expensive. Like for Christmas, she wanted us to buy one pattern that was $20, and I was like, that's a little pricey when I can thrift a book that has multiple patterns. And the book was, I think, like $4.50 or something like that. So I did get it, I guess, a little preemptively because this is February. Mother's Day is not till May and her birthday's in June. But because they're so close together, I try to like find stuff ahead of time just so it's like not too hard. But like, look at these gorgeous things. And there's one here with an alphabet, which she loves cross-stitching alphabets. It's so funny. She has like so many alphabets. I don't really know why she loves the alphabet, but she does. And there's a lot of fruit stuff in here, which this is the one I was talking about. It's an alphabet and it's got fruit on it, which is actually really cute. I absolutely, cover's falling off. I absolutely love cross stitch decor. She hasn't made us anything. I have said that I want stuff, but she doesn't really finish this project. She jumps from project to project to project, and the only things that she finishes are very tiny pillows, which I'm not really into that vibe. However, I'm hoping if I keep thrifting her cross stitch books, because I got her Christmas cross stitch last year for her birthday. I was like, I didn't get it for her for this Christmas. There's maybe she'll cross stitch us something for our home. But like, the flowers are beautiful. Just gorgeous. So that was $4.99, an absolute steal if you ask me, and just like getting us ready for Mother's Day and her birthday. And then the other thing I got for myself, which I guess technically when you thrift, you kind of expect to buy things for yourself. I showed you guys while I was out there. They are these most stunning, beautiful glasses. I'm not going to take them out because they're all wrapped up and I don't want to like unwrap it, but I'll show you them. And they're just like I feel like they're hand sketched. I don't know what's the right word. It's like when crystal's like sketched in, you know? The best thing I could think of is engraved. And then they're colored and they have like cherries. I would call them lemons and like maybe plums because there's purple, or grapes. Grapes. That would make a lot more sense. Which would be lemons would be weird if it was lemons. I kind of figured they're lemons. Maybe they're like gooseberries. Anyways, does not matter. There's a set of 4, and I saw them and I thought, oh gosh, they're beautiful, but I don't have a need for them. And as I kept thrifting, I just kept thinking about them, and I just could not stop thinking about them the entire thrift time. And I kept checking and looking over to see if someone had grabbed them. They were individually marked too. That was another thing. They were individually priced as $2.99 each instead of like, you know, the whole set. So I was like, I don't need a set of 4. And, you know, everyone's like, romanticize your life. And when I think about that, I think about myself in the summer, sitting on my balcony. Imagine drinking lemonade out of that, or sweet tea, or even just lemon water. I'd feel like a princess. Like, they're so pretty. And I was like, okay, you know what? I can get to. There's just my boyfriend and I. We do have a roommate, yes, but we don't share like fancy cups and stuff, or mugs or anything like that. Like, that's all individual. And I was like, you know what? I can get to. And I have two beautiful cups already that are fruit, but those ones are more like printed on fruit that match a printed on picture. And those are all from France, actually, that I thrifted at different times, the picture and the cups, but they're a matching set. And I was like, it would look pretty on that shelf as well. And I kind of like the idea of thrifting like different sets of two cups that are within like a similar theme. Like I'm really into fruit, apparently. I just love like the nostalgic kitchen vibes. So I'm like, okay, I could see myself thrifting sets of two different cups. And that way things match, but it's also like quirky in the sense that not everything is matchy matchy. You don't have a set of 8, but let's say you had 8 cups and 4 of them matched each other and you made a beautiful dinner party like that. Like that just seems so fairy core and pretty. I was like, you know what? I need it. So I did snag those. And they were only, like I said, $2.99 each. So $3, $6. They're gorgeous. They're way cheaper than my other cups that I have. My other cups I had to pay a pretty price for because I got them from an antique store when I was with my friend. And honestly, the only reason I bought it is because I already owned the pitcher. And the pitcher was $3. And the cups matched. They were $24, so $12 each. But I had to do it. I was like, I need this set, and I love them, and they're beautiful in my kitchen. So these are going to be gorgeous in my kitchen too. We're going to go head out to another thrift store. I'm going to look up where Salvation Army is and see what we can find there. I feel so bad. My boyfriend's like working, and I'm just out spending money, but I mean, it's okay. We have arrived at our next thrift store. So when I was looking up thrift stores, there's one that came out, Belleville thrift store. And I was like, you know what? Why not check it out? When am I ever going to be in Belleville again? And I have to go see the famous Belleville thrift store. It looks very tiny from the outside, like it is a very small storefront. So we'll see how long this will take us in here and what kind of finds it is. But I was like, you know what? They have a lot of name brands here. To be honest, when I looked up the thrifting, I didn't actually really look it up. I just saw when I was looking at restaurants that there was thrift stores here, and I was like, perfect. I'll go thrifting. I don't know why I never typed in thrift stores because they have a lot. They also have a Tlees here and a Value Village, and then a few other like random one-offs that are like clothing store based. I don't really thrift that much for clothes. I do always look in the clothing section, but I'm just more of like a decor thrifter just because I love beautiful decor. So we're gonna go check this out. Depending on how long we're in here, we might hit up another thrift store this afternoon or go out tomorrow to look at stuff. We just finished up in the Belleville thrift store. It was very tiny in there. There was some cute things, and they had very reasonable prices. Like everything was really, really cheap, which I absolutely love. Like things were like $1, which in other places would be like $5, $3 and stuff. So that's nice. I didn't really see anything that I absolutely loved. I did like these pretty flower salt and pepper shakers, and I have been thinking about buying them because I've seen people put dried flowers in them, which I love. But then when I thought about it, I was like, where would I put that in my place? I actually don't have a spot for that. So, sorry, someone's like hanging beside me, and they're very close to my car, and it's kind of giving me anxiety. But we didn't see too much. Tomorrow, I think we'll go check out some other places. Like I said, they have a Tlees and a Value Village here, although I'm not a big Value Village person, but we might venture in. It is the next day. I have driven us to Habitat for Humanity. I'm very excited. I absolutely love Habitat. I used to volunteer there many years ago when I was in high school, in the office side, not the store side, but still absolutely love the organization. And my dresser is from Habitat for Humanity. That's in my bedroom. Like it's a beautiful armoire. Unfortunately, at the time when I bought it, I was 19 and I didn't like the natural wood. So I did paint it white, which now makes my heart cringe a bit, but I still absolutely love the piece of furniture, and it's so sturdy and just gorgeous. But I doubt we'll be buying any furniture since I have no way of lugging it home in this car. It's more so just to see what's out here.
Oh, Habitat, how I love you. I always find Habitat a fun thrift store to walk through because there are so many things in here that a normal thrift store wouldn't take. Of course, most thrift stores have couches, chairs, tables, but in here you can find things like a doggy pool as well as doors. There's so many cool doors and shutters. I saw green shutters, and honestly, if I had a home, I would put them up, but I live in an apartment, so I don't have a need for it. And like kitchens, you can see kitchens and bathrooms. And as someone that loves house decor, honestly, it's just so much fun to walk through. I also saw the most gorgeous dresser. Like, look at that. I imagine a grandma putting up all these little decor pieces on it. It was so cute. I love this fruit bowl and I wanted to get it from my mom, but she already owns two, and I thought three was a bit of a stretch.
Okay, we just finished up in Habitat, and I was not expecting to buy anything because it's mainly furniture. I was like, I'm not gonna bring that home, but they had mattings for frames, and as an avid thrifter, sometimes the frames that you get, like one, you don't like what's in it, so when you want to put stuff in it, it's always hard, especially because like also printing photos is expensive. So I generally just do like the very cheap like page print and not actually pay for a real photo because those are like $10, which I guess it's still not that bad, but still. They had so many matting, and because I love decorating in blues and greens, I just pulled out all the blue and green. Most of the colors were either blue, green, white, or there was a really pretty pink, which I did love. I just don't decorate with pink, even though it is my favorite color. I was debating buying something in pink in case I got a frame for my office, but I really haven't decorated my office area. I ended up getting 5 different ones. I got 2 big ones, 1 medium, and 2 small. I was debating getting more medium, but I find the medium frames are way easier to fill and the big ones are harder. And I absolutely love these 2 colors. I'm really hoping that one of these is going to fit in a frame that I have right now on my gallery wall that is just like a big printed out paper, and the page keeps falling and it's not matted at all. It's a picture of literally cows on a mountain. And then these ones I'm really hoping will fit into one of my frames that I have of my dog. She's on my dresser. Unfortunately, she passed away 2 years ago, but I love having a photo of her on my dresser. The photo is just too small for the frame, so I'm really hoping like this blue will go with it in there. And then I got this really pretty green one, which I also have another frame that this could work, where is a photo of Josh and I. So we'll see. I don't have anything in mind for this one yet, but I loved the blue. It's just like a striking blue, and they didn't have this blue in the other sizes. These other ones are like more muted, which I still love. So we got that, and I think they were like 25 cents each, which is so affordable. I literally said that to her. I'm like, that's amazing you have these. And she said like when they got them delivered, they were like thinking like who's gonna buy them, but apparently a lot of girls come in, pick them up, and are so happy to find them there. And I was too, because that's such a good deal. So some of them I'll use, some of them I'm just gonna have in my closet, because I do kind of have like an area in my closet for like thrifting stuff, and I actually have like 2 frames in there right now that I still need to hang up. But I was waiting, I kind of just put it off because I hate taking the backings of like them apart of the frames because they're old and I always have like those nails, but I still have to do it sometimes. I'm gonna put the small ones in a big bag so that they don't fly everywhere, especially because that one blue one, for some reason the medium ones did not come in their own plastic bags. So that was fun. They also had like really pretty like doors and furniture in there, but I think we're gonna go maybe check out the Talese that's in town. I'm curious to see if Talese here is also mainly clothing or if they have a good decor section. I do love thrifting clothing, like it's so exciting finding clothing, but I also low-key hate doing the racks. Your arm gets so tired, and I find especially for like women's clothes, most of the stuff is so dated. And yeah, so I mainly look in the men's sections because I find like some of their stuff is more like timeless. Plus, I love like wearing men's hoodies. Let's go check out Talese. Also, didn't even realize Value Village is in this exact same plaza. We may end up going there after. I can never get over the insane prices at Value Village. I do actually have clothes in my car because I always keep clothes in my car to donate if I want to go, but like, just kills me going in there and paying for it. Like, it's wild to me. So I'm unsure if I want to go. We'll see how fun it is in Talese. If I spend a while in there, I probably won't go to Value Village. But if it's not really that interesting and I feel like we need to thrift some more, then we'll check out Value Village.
I love these blue candlesticks. I wish that they came in a normal size because that's the exact color I've been looking for so long. Kind of like this candlestick here, gorgeous. I wish I did get it because it would be beautiful on my dresser, but at the time in the store, I was like, honestly, I don't need another candlestick and where would it go? And now I'm like, why didn't I get it? This Delise had so much decor to look at, which was really fun for a decor junkie like me. Like, I absolutely love that thrift stores decorate shelves color coded. It just makes my brain so happy to look at things that are entirely blue or green or yellow, whatever it may be. I did see this Dutch oven, which honestly, for the price, you could buy a brand new one that's not scratched up, so I thought the thrift store probably should lower it down. I've been really obsessed with the idea of finding a coffee cup with like a cup and a saucer plate, kind of like teacups, but more coffee-esque like this one. Although obviously that could be a teacup too. For some reason, every time I watch Bridgerton and I see them drink their tea or coffee in it, I'm like, that just seems so fun and fancy, but I also have nowhere to store it. So for now, I'm just gonna enjoy looking at them in thrift stores. I did, however, enjoy this pottery-based mug, and this one was super cool too. I thought if I'm a grade school teacher, this is the mug I'm having. It gives Miss Frizzle Magic School Bus vibes if anybody else watched that as a child, which was honestly such a fun show. And these fruit knives for charcuterie board, oh, you know me, fruit decor for kitchens, love them. Like, for example, this watermelon bottle, strawberry water bottle, so adorable. I did not see a lot of frames, but I did see that flower ironing board, and if I ironed a lot more, I would be tempted to buy it, but I've only used my personal iron maybe twice in the last 2 years. I did contemplate buying these beautiful flower cups, but I didn't think I would use them. I did want to get my dad this because orange is his favorite color, but the size was too small.
That has got to be the biggest Delise I've ever been in. About 90% of it was clothing and 10% was decor. But the decor section I still felt was a lot bigger than the Delises near me. So it was still a lot of fun to look at. And they had some pretty cool stuff. I didn't end up really going too much into the clothing. I just did not feel like it today. And I really need to do a closet clean out of all the things that I don't wear because I hoard stuff. And then I just buy more. And then it's just so full. So we mainly looked at the decor and I ended up buying two household type things, specifically mugs. Two are for camping though. I've been looking so long for camping stuff. Josh and I absolutely love camping in the summertime and we slowly collected different camping knickknacks. And his mom a few years ago had bought me a picnic bag. The picnic bag, it has a cooler part, a top part, and then a front part. And the front part has two plates, a cutting board, two sets of cutlery, a knife. Well, the cutlery also is nice, but an actual cutting knife. Two wine glasses, which the wine glasses I think are so funny because we don't need them. And two salt and pepper shakers and a bottle opener. And it's great because we always have that as our camping cutlery and plates. And then this year at Christmas time, we finally got our own camping pots and pans, which I've always just used very old ones, but these ones are specifically for camping because they can pack down very small. So use the camping bag for a cooler, but because it's a fabric bag, not a hard shell, the water will slowly leak out of the bag. And I said to Josh, let's just use this for all of our cooking equipment. And now that we got those pots and pans, I was like, oh, we really need camping mugs because we grab ours, which again is not that big of a deal, but it'd be so nice just to grab the camping picnic bag and have all of our cooking gear there and not have to raid our cupboard every time. And I found the cutest things ever. These are vintage Tim Hortons. Oh, it's so sunny out, so shiny. Tim Hortons cups. The lady when I was checking out, she's like, I haven't seen these in forever. And I'm like, I've never seen these. So they're small, but Josh and I don't drink huge coffees. He mainly drinks espresso, but you don't make espresso when you go camping. They're so cute. It says Tim Hortons, always fresh. And then, of course, the French side, they're pink and it's just got a little hole. I really love that they're plastic because, as you know, camping, you really shouldn't bring anything that's kind of glass. It comes off. It's slightly coffee stained, which really does not bother me. Of course, I will be washing them. They are dishwasher safe, which I love because when I come back from camping, even though I hand wash everything, I tend to throw everything in the dishwasher just to get an extra clean. But the lid comes on and off really well. And since they've lasted this long, I feel that they're gonna last a while. The only thing I didn't love is how small this little handle is, but I figured out. I literally tested this out in the store because I was like, I need to be able to walk with it and drink it because I like going for a morning walk. You go like this and you put your sipping part there. It's really comfortable to hold, and that was my main thing is I needed to be comfy to hold. And then you just you know? Those are great. So I bought two of them. There was three there. I bought what I thought looked like the best two. The other one was like really heavily stained. And these are going to be great just to throw in the bag. We never have to grab our cupboards because sometimes like you leave for camping after work and then we have to wash this mug out. It's just going to be so nice to have all this in there. And that was the one thing we were missing was coffee mugs. I was thinking about thrifting actual cups, but we always just drink out of a water bottle anyway. So I feel like you don't really need a cup, but the mugs you do because I like to make tea, coffee, and that'll just be really, really nice. So that was my first score. These were $1.59 each, which I thought was very reasonable. And then the other thing was an actual mug, because I have mentioned I've been wanting to get more whimsy mugs, pottery vibes, and I just feel like this would be such a good cup for Josh, because he, like I said, only drinks espresso. He likes doing the double long shot of espresso in the morning. And I thought the sun is like killing it. I just thought that was so cute. It's so small, and I just really loved it. It just looks very like, you can see like kind of like pottery. It is sealed. It's not like actually cracking, but that's just the design underneath. And I just thought it looks so nice. And we have a mug that's on the verge of breaking. When you pick it up, like our mug at home, this part makes like a cracking noise. So it's gonna break, which means I have room for one more mug. Because before we literally had no room. So I was like, that's cute. And this was only 99 cents. And I was like, since it's literally the vibe that I'm looking for, and the blue matches our place so well because I love, obviously you guys know, I love blue and green in my place. I thought that would be really cute for his coffee in the morning, especially if it's a smaller mug. I thought it would help keep the coffee like hotter because he puts it in sometimes really big cups and it only doesn't even fill up halfway, which I think is so funny. But he still loves the cups because it's like hockey related.
Josh absolutely loved his mug, and the mattings were so perfect. I was able to use three of them, which means I have two left over for other thrift projects. And the cups looked absolutely gorgeous in my kitchen with my other decor.